Let's see how to find the Maclaurin series solution to a differential equation. For that, we'll be working through the example that we see here, in which we're told find the first 5 terms of the Maclaurin series solution to the differential equation dy dx, which equals to x squared plus y, with initial condition y of 0 equals to 1. In other words, when x equals to 0, y has to equal to 1, which already tells us that the solution curve to this differential equation passes through the point with coordinates 0, 1. Okay, well, as I often do, I'll go ahead and write SOL here for solution, and now we can get started. On the far right-hand side of the screen here, I've written the first few terms of a function's Maclaurin series. And the whole idea behind finding the Maclaurin series solution to a differential equation like this one is to use our expression for dy dx to find the value of f dash of 0, but also of the second derivative at 0, third derivative at 0, and so on and so forth. And here's how I'll do that. Using the space I have on the left-hand side here, I'll go ahead and find the value of each of the coefficients we see here. In other words, I'll go ahead and find the values of f of 0, f dash of 0, the second derivative at 0, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead. First of all, we know from the initial condition that was given that f of 0 must equal to 1. And so that's the first term of the series taken care of. Next, I need to know what the derivative is, f dash of x, and hopefully it's clear f dash of x is given to us by the differential equation itself. Indeed, f dash of x is equal to dy dx, which is of course equal to x squared plus y. Now I should say, it's quite possible that you're not used to seeing the derivative expressed in terms of both x and y. Indeed, we're usually quite used to the fact that the derivative is expressed solely in terms of x. But here, don't let that bother you. As we're about to see, it won't be a problem and it won't stop us from finding the value of the derivative when x equals to 0. Indeed, as far as f dash of 0 is concerned though, well, that will be equal to dy dx when x equals to 0, but we have to keep in mind that when x equals to 0, y equals to 1. In other words, f dash of 0 is equal to dy dx evaluated at the point with coordinates 0, 1. And so that will equal to the expression we have in our differential equation, in which we replace the x we have here by 0 and the y we have here by 1. So that becomes 0 squared plus 1, which is just 1. And we now have the second coefficient. And I'll quickly underline that. Notice here that although the derivative was expressed in terms of x and y, that didn't stop us from finding the value of f dash of x when x equals to 0, since we knew that when x equals to 0, y must equal to 1. And that shows us that the initial condition we have here is very important. In fact, as we're about to see, we'll use this same initial condition to find the values of each of the derivatives in this Maclaurin series. That being said, I carry on, and we now look into the second derivative, f dash dash of x, and by definition that's equal to d squared y dx squared, which will just be equal to the derivative of the expression we have here. And so differentiating this expression with respect to x, and keeping in mind that y is a function of x, the second derivative becomes 2x plus dy dx. But now, since dy dx is given by the differential equation we started off with, we can go ahead and replace this by x squared plus y. So this becomes 2x plus x squared plus y. And now using this result, we can go ahead and state that the second derivative, f dash dash, evaluated at 0, is equal to d squared y dx squared, evaluated at the point with coordinates 0, 1. And so that will equal to the value we get by replacing every x we see inside this by 0, and the y we have here by 1. So that would be 2 times 0 plus 0 squared plus 1, which is just equal to 1. Done. I carry on and look into the third derivative, which I write like this. And by definition, that's equal to d cubed y dx cubed, which we'll get by differentiating the second derivative we had here, And of course we differentiate this with respect to x, keeping in mind that y is a function of x. So differentiating this, we quickly find that the third derivative is equal to 2 plus 2x plus dy dx, and replacing the dy dx we have here by x squared plus y, this becomes 2 plus 2x plus x squared plus y, and that's the expression for the third derivative. And as far as the third derivative evaluated when x equals to 0 is concerned, which I'll quickly write here, that's the third derivative evaluated when x equals to 0, well, that will be equal to the expression we have for the third derivative here, but we'll replace every x we see by 0, since we're evaluating this when x equals to 0, and we'll replace every y that we see, so this one here, by 1. And in doing so, that quickly turns into 2 plus 2 times 0 plus 0 squared plus 1, which is equal to 3. And that's the third derivative at 0 taken care of. I go on for one more step in which I'll find the fourth derivative evaluated at 0, and so I'll do that right here. And so the first thing we need to find is an expression for the fourth derivative. And as I'm sure you know, we'll find the fourth derivative by differentiating the expression we have for the third derivative right here with respect to x. And again, we need to keep in mind that y is a function of x. So differentiating this with respect to x, we quickly find that the fourth derivative is equal to 2 plus 2x plus dy dx. And again, replacing this dy dx by the expression we have here, x squared plus y, we can state that the fourth derivative is equal to 2 plus 2x plus x squared plus y. Finally, for the fourth derivative evaluated at 0, since when x equals to 0, y equals to 1, we'll find the value of the fourth derivative evaluated at 0 by replacing every x we see inside this expression by 0, and every y that we see, so this one here, by 1. And so that's the fourth derivative, evaluated at the point with coordinates 0, 1, which leads to 2 plus 2 times 0 plus 0 squared plus 1, which is equal to 3. And that's the fourth derivative evaluated at 0 taken care of. And of course, if needs be, we could carry on this way. But since we were told to find the first 5 terms, we can stop there since indeed we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-zero coefficients. And so all that's left to do now is replace f of 0, f dash of 0, f dash dash of 0, and so on and so forth by the values we've underlined in blue here. So let's go ahead. We can go ahead and state that the solution is y equals to f of 0, which is 1, so that's 1, plus f dash of 0 times x, so that's going to be 1 times x, which is just x, plus the second derivative evaluated at 0 over factorial 2, which is 2, times x squared, and the second derivative evaluated at 0 was 1, so that becomes 1 over 2 times x squared, plus the third derivative evaluated at 0, which remember was 3, so that's 3 over factorial 3 times x cubed. So if I quickly write that, that's 3 over factorial 3 times x cubed, plus the fourth derivative evaluated at 0 over factorial 4 times x to the power of 4, and since the fourth derivative evaluated at 0 was 3, that becomes 3 over factorial 4 times x to the power of 4, and I mustn't forget to write the plus 3 dots at the end there. Okay, now using the fact that factorial 3 is equal to 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6, this coefficient here turns into 3 over 6, which is 1/2, and for the next coefficient we have here, since factorial 4 is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24, this 3 over factorial 4 becomes 3 over 24, which is just 1 over 8. In other words, we replaced this coefficient by 1/2, and the 3 over factorial 4 by 1 over 8. And so using these two values, we're ready to write our final answer as y equals to 1 plus x plus 1/2 of x squared plus 1/2 of x cubed plus 1/8 or 1 over 8 times x to the power of 4 plus 3 dots. And we're done. That's the final answer. And there we go. That's it for our first video on finding the Maclaurin series solution to a differential equation.